Okay, what's up, guys? We got a 2007 Kia Avanti. The key ignition would not turn. It was stuck in the off position, wouldn't turn at all. We've been playing around with it for a while, and we almost have it fixed. So we just ripped out all the paneling at the bottom savagely. Okay, this piece right here, it comes off right here. I'm gonna be real with you. You're basically gonna be prying on this thing to the point of breaking it. You're gonna break it. It's so hard to get off. Just wrench and go crazy and break it. It's the only way it's gonna get off.
It'll be fine though.
But
if you break a little bit of it,
you can still break it. It'll be
not the end
fine.
of the world.
Yeah, you can be great. And we ordered the new ignition. We have it. We have it in accessory now. Here's the new ignition. You can see what you want to do on the new ignition. You want to put it in accessory, and there's a little pin right here. And when you're in accessory, the pin can be pushed down and the cylinder removed. We put a vice grip on the original key for the original ignition, and we were tapping on it harder than that, and then it was just kind of forcing, turning it, and it clicked over into ignition. Okay, guys, so we're using a little Allen wrench, and we've stuck it down in there, kind of flying blind, but we measured the distance from the where the key goes in to the back to the little button that you push, and then we measured that with the Allen wrench and held it so we couldn't go any further past it. So once we stuck it down in that crack, we knew we were always in the ballpark. And then you're gonna feel the Allen wrench kind of slip into the little notch where the button is, and then it'll sink in there. So then you want to like wiggle the key and the ignition around, and then you'll pull it out. Pull out the thing, and then the whole thing will slide out, just like that. Can't see it there. See the Allen wrench found the hole, poked it. We're just gonna put the wire back in through here somehow, and then we've got the key on accessory. So the button will be flexible right there. Slide it. And it's in. And it works. Hook up the wire. Okay, guys. So we got it all back together. We got the new ignition in there. We got the new key and the new ignition, and it works. Hear that? It's totally working. But here's the thing. The new key may or may not have a chip in it. Probably does. But that chip does not talk to the car. So if you just put it all back together with the new ignition and the new key and you're all happy, it'll crank and crank and crank, but it'll never start. So when the ignition, the new one, is mechanically clicked in, bolted in, all the lights are going to work. It's going to go on the on setting. It's going to crank the engine over, but it's never going to start because the key is not talking to the car. So what you got to do, surprise! Here is the old ignition with the old key in it, and that key is talking to the sensor, and that sensor is in the yellow wire here, and the yellow wire is plugged in up in here. So the new ignition is not plugged in. I repeat, the new ignition is not plugged in. The old ignition is plugged in. And the old ignition has the old keys zip tied to it. So they are always in communication. Once you do this and you plug it into the car will start and run. It will not start and run with the new ignition plugged into the car. You need to do this, and you need to zip tie it up into the dash, all crazy, and then you can drive your car around. Or you can get the new key rechipped or whatever, pay a couple $100, and you can do that. So there's your choices: rechip and get this fixed with a special locksmith guy, or do this. And I'll be real with you, this is the only way your car is going to start. So if you did this in your garage and it's not starting, you're going to need to do this to get to the locksmith or the dealer and get it rechipped. Good luck.